Sweden's Henrik Stenson is one of the most accomplished golfers of his generation. He's won 19 times worldwide and in 2013 completed a memorable double when he became the first player to win both the season-ending FedEx Cup on the PGA Tour and Race to Dubai on the European Tour. This year he added 2 more accomplishments to an already crowded resume, lifting his first major championship trophy and standing on the podium at the Olympics in Rio.
It's been great. Winning the Open is obviously a dream come true, and performing well at the Olympics for your country is special as well. So if there's any one time where you're actually more happy than normal to be in second or third position, that would be at the Olympics.
Henrik fully soaked up the experience as golf made its long-awaited return to the Olympic arena. He took part in the opening ceremony and was a regular supporter of both the men's and women's Swedish handball teams. He also got an up-close view of how the other athletes prepare at the Olympic gym.
We as golfers, we try and stay in shape and being in pretty good shape. And some of the other athletes, all their sport is about being at top of their physical ability. So it was definitely a motivating experience. And when you got a small guy standing with about 300 pounds above his head, I'm not going to start doing deadlifts on 150. So I was sticking to some of the exercises I'm pretty good at.
Henrik was certainly at the top of his physical abilities at Troon. He beat Phil Mickelson after a shootout that drew comparisons to the famous duel in the sun between Tom Watson and Jack Nicklaus at Turnberry in 1977. In fact, the Golden Bear himself says the 2016 version was even better.
It takes 2 to tango, so if you're going to have one of them great matches and great duels, it needs to be 2 players in good form, and we certainly were. And no, I guess I can watch the reruns a few times. I've only watched highlights at one occasion, so when everything kind of settles in and calms down a little bit, I'll have more time to look into that. But of course, it's a very humbling experience to hear that praise from the game's greats.
Stenson joined Johnny Miller with the lowest final round score in major history. A 63 happens when you combine 79% of fairways hit with 89% of greens hit and just 27 putts. The records were tumbling, but Henrik had no idea.
I was so much in the moment the last 5 or 6 holes that I didn't really know what score I was shooting. I knew I hit the turn 4 or 5 under around there, but not that I was making as many birdies. It was all about, all the focus into each shot, and once I got ahead, it was all about staying ahead and keeping that focus all the way to the end.
Fellow Swede Annika Sorenstam knows all about winning majors. The Hall of Famer has 10 in total, including the career Grand Slam. But until Henrik's epic final day at Troon, no Swedish male had ever lifted a major championship trophy. There'd been plenty of close calls. In fact, before his win, Henrik had posted 7 top 4 finishes.
It's huge for Sweden. I know how long and how much people and golfers in Sweden have longed for this to happen. So of course I'm proud and very delighted to manage to make that dream come true and get that first major among the men. So hopefully it's not the last one. I hope to be there to contend in a few more. Otherwise, hopefully some of my fellow Swedes will step up and give themselves a chance as well.
With the FedEx Cup, the Race to Dubai, a WGC victory and the Players' Championship already in his trophy cabinet, a major was the final piece in the puzzle. Henrik always said he didn't care which one he got, as long as it happened. But he now admits it's just that little bit more special to be crowned an Open champion.
It was the one that I was watching as a kid when I started playing this game. It was the Ryder Cup and it was the Open Championship. So if there ever is, if I don't win more than one, I'm quite pleased it was the Open Championship.
Speaking of the Ryder Cup, Stenson will head to Hazeltine in a few weeks as a member of Team Europe for the 4th time. And the fact he just beat one of America's most decorated players down the stretch in a major championship in what essentially became a head-to-head match certainly doesn't hurt the confidence one bit.
Yeah, I hope it was a little taste of what's going to happen at the Ryder Cup. He was never going to back down, so I just had to keep on pressing and keep on making birdies if I wanted to win. And I always found the match play format is always very plain and simple. What you need to do better scores and play better holes than your opponent, and that makes it easier sometimes, for sure.